Compared to spending money on this. This is the amount of soda the average American drinks per year. 47 gallons is average. So I drink none. So that means somebody's drinking 90. Look, do whatever you want, but if you say you can't afford to eat healthy and you're buying any of this, then you're a liar. Because if you spend $1 on something damaging to you, you didn't just spend $1, you just wasted a couple dollars. Because you're going to have to pay for the damage later too, you see? Do whatever you want, just don't whine to me when things go wrong.
I haven't had any.
She's jonesing.
I haven't had any, so.
Good girl. Sugar is poison, right? You guys have been in enough of my lectures, you know this. Sugar is poison. Here's the reality. People doubt this. 1 teaspoon of sugar dissolved in a person my size, if they're healthy. At 2 tablespoons, you start to slip into a diabetic coma. At a 1/4 cup, you're dead. I don't care who you are. You're dead. So when we drink one of these, and it has like 4 cups of sugar in it, where did all the sugar go? Because if it comes out the other end, you have what? What disease? Diabetes. Diarrhea. Diabetes. There can't be any measurable amount of sugar in your poo or your pee, or you've got diabetes. You understand? By definition. So where did the rest go? Because you can only have a teaspoon in your blood. It instantaneously gets converted by the liver into triglycerides. Specifically triglycerides. Your circulating triglycerides has 0 to do with fat. You could eat all the fat you want, your cholesterol and your triglycerides will barely budge, but you eat sugar, especially fructose, like agave nectar, or fruit all the time. Starting to make some sense? Look, here's the thing. You have to understand that our habits are just cultural. They're not natural. We got trained into it. Sooner you're able to let go of that, the better you're going to be. And the better your future generations will be. Because regardless of what we say, our children often do what we do. And we train them up in it. Oh, but Daddy doesn't like vegetables. No wonder Jimmy doesn't like vegetables. No, it's trained. If you grew up in India, you'd love curry. If you grew up in Okinawa, you'd eat sushi and love it. So it's cultural, right? Jesus said, as a man thinketh, so he becomes. Waldo Emerson built out on that. He says, sow a thought, you reap an action. Sow an action, you reap a habit. Sow a habit, you reap a character. Sow a character, you reap a destiny. You want a different destiny? You must think different first. Don't look at these changes as, stop getting around your friends and going, That doesn't serve anybody. Just go, I'm done with that. I want to manifest a better destiny. That's way more important to me than whether I eat pig ever again. Does it make a difference? In some of you, it can make a huge difference, especially if you were that gal with the frickin' worm in her brain. Right? And you can only get it from eating pig or being around people who cut up pig and fed it to you. What about whole grain? Here's the problem with whole grain. This is a whole grain, yes? I mean, it's like right off the stalk, went out, broke it off. There's the grain. Bran is about 10%. Germ is about 10%, which means the rest is what? 80% is starch. Starch is what? You chew it up and it turns into sugar. So even if you have pure whole grain, I mean, you can't get any more whole grain than the grain itself, it's still 80% sugar by volume. This is why I say, we have whole grain cereal. You mean oatmeal? Yes. People, what about Ezekiel bread? People, it's like grain. No grain. Because remember, when you buy it, it's still, at best, what, about 50% whole grain. Even Ezekiel bread. Even sprouted. So it's a big lie. We wonder why we struggle with chronic inflammation, weight, and stuff. Here it is. 1 serving of pasta is equal in volume to half a baseball. Not half a wiffle ball, not half a softball, half a baseball. 1 serving. Now, when I was younger, I told my mom I'm going to marry me a big, fat Italian lady because I love pasta. I don't think I've had 1 serving of pasta in a bite before. You know what I mean? Where you take the spoon and you twirl your noodles and you, right? And 1 serving, 1 bite. It would take 16 baseballs worth of broccoli to equal the same amount of calories as that half a baseball's worth of pasta. Yes, even whole grain pasta. Starting to make some sense? Yeah, we start going, dang, no wonder it's not working. And especially guys that work out all the time, or ladies, we work out all the time, we're man, I'm working out, I'm still not losing the weight. It's not, and you're going, I'm putting on the feed bag and mowing all the time. I'm eating whole grain pasta. I'm having my sandwiches on Ezekiel bread. Right? I'm eating my oatmeal in the morning because it's good for the heart. And we're wondering why our triglycerides are up, our LDLs are up, and our weight is up. And we're showing all the signs of becoming insulin sensitive. No more oatmeal. No more oatmeal. Hey, eat whatever you want. Look, you guys, eat whatever you want. Eat whatever you want. Eat whatever you want. I'm not here to say don't. What I'm saying is, look, the reaction you should be having. You guys, look, I went through this too. Okay, I'm telling you, I was raised in a big black skillet. Fried okra, had the bacon thing, you know, where it's literally said grease on it, and you poured it in there and kept it in the fridge. I mean, look, I get it. Bread is for sop, and you didn't label the fat off your spaghetti sauce. You dipped your French bread in that.
Gravy's a beverage.
Yeah. You know, look, I get it. But at some point when you get confronted with this stuff, you should just go, all right, I'm done with that.
Yeah.
You know, you don't lament it. You just go, that is of no benefit to me. I'm moving on. We've got to stop this. When we practice whining, it psychologically damages us. I'm telling you. I get people all the time who go, well, how long am I supposed to eat like that? So long as you want to thrive. And I get people here, they'll go, how often? They'll say to me, remember I told you there's only 2 kinds of death and disease. Structural damage and chemical damage, right? And so what happens, you guys saw it in Body by God the other night. Remember I put up the picture of the Iceman? Yeah. 5,000 years ago. That means he was whose neighbor? Noah. How long did Noah live? A long time. Maybe they did their days different back there, but it was a long time. And evidently he was pretty fit. I mean, he's like toting wood and pounding nails, you know. So you just got to ask yourself, what life do you want? Because genetics haven't changed in 5,000 years. Picture's worth 1,000 words.